What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound. And I just released a new song called Run at the beginning of this month, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's talk about DEC and specifically the team or company DEC as it is listed here on Splinter cards. Now, I've been checking in on this every couple of weeks, and right now we are showing only 212 million DEC remaining in company coffers. Now, for those of you who might be new to this or who are just unfamiliar with why I'm tracking this, keep in mind that the team needs to facilitate DEC on back-end transactions for credit. So anytime somebody uses credits, whether that's bringing fiat or credit cards or even other crypto into the game through the credit system, if somebody buys something with credits, they pay out the seller with DEC on the back end. So it's important for the team to be holding DEC. And the truth is that we've given them, over the course of the past year, 1.2 billion DEC. In fact, maybe even more than that if you go back to the Rebellion days and the Rebellion proposal, but I guess that was more than a year ago. I'm thinking about like the April-May promo card, Baron Fiat, and then there was the additional promo cards as well in the fall, the Hall of Legends. So with that, 6-year halving event, the halving event that was also like the 6-year birthday for Splinterlands last summer, and then of course the fall Hall of Legends and Heloise, we are, we've eaten through that 1.2 billion DEC, which is actually kind of fantastic, and we're now sitting on just about 200 million. Now, again, I haven't tracked this to see if this is still the run rate, but it seems as though it's still moving at that pace or maybe even slightly faster. And I'm going to give a shout out to Bulldog because he was the one tracking this maybe months ago, saying that we tend to, on average, use around 40, the team uses up about 40 million credits per week. Now, if you remember back in the previous videos where I talk about this, we were always looking around like March timeframe for the company to run out of DEC, right? So if you just take this 212, we'll just round it down real quick. So we'll say 200 million divided by 40 million is 5 weeks. Now we're sitting here I'm recording this on January 20th, right? So there's still actually a little bit more than a week to go in January. But if you say 1 week in January and then another 4 weeks in February, I mean, that's 5 weeks right there. We would actually finish this by the time we get to March. Now, maybe if things slow down a bit, then we'll see, we'll see this actually bleed into March. But at this point, because of how much faster it's been going, and you have the auction promo card that's still in the mix, and just a bunch of other capital that's coming in, people taking profits from Bitcoin, from the new Trump coin, whatever it is, into Splinterlands. That may come in as credits, that may come in as whatever. But my point is, with the team only holding on to a little bit more than 200 million. What's going to happen afterwards? Well, clearly DEC is still well below peg, right? There's a lot of DEC still out there in the ecosystem. And so therefore, the team will be buying DEC off the marketplace. They will need to be holding some DEC, so they're going to go in and buy DEC, and it's actually advantageous for them to be buying it at a discount, right? Because they're paying out on the back-end transaction. So it's like if they come in and end up being like a whale in this market where they buy, so for example, they come in and for each dollar that they spend, they actually get a lot more DEC when DEC is 0.72 of its peg or intended peg value. And then if they can actually move the price up, right, to 0.78 or 0.8 or 0.9, whatever it is, all of a sudden they're paying out less DEC on the back-end transactions, right? So this is almost like a benefit for them to actually do so, and they become one of the biggest buyers of DEC. The likes of which we have not seen in almost a year, right? Because once we paid for that halving event last year, the teams have been sitting on DEC since then, right? They were starting to run low in the middle of last year, and then they got an infusion with the Hall of Legends promo card event. So we're now getting to a point where I do not see anything within the next 5 weeks where the team would be asking for more DEC. And I hope that they don't, because I would love to see them, and I know that they're not making a ton of money, but I would love to see them become the biggest buyers of DEC on the marketplace. And then, of course, once DEC is back up or close to peg, that is when the Flywheel starts. And the last time we saw the Flywheel was a little bit over a year ago in December of 2023 when Rebellion came out. because DEC was close to peg at that point, or was at or around peg. And so therefore the team just started buying SPS off the marketplace and burning it immediately for DEC, which is exactly how it should go, right? The team's going to be doing that on a massive scale. And of course, any players out there that need to get DEC, if for any reason it's more expensive on the internal markets, then they can go through and just buy SPS and burn it. But most likely the team is going to be the biggest, purchaser and burner of SPS in the long run. So that's the thing with this. We are now 5 weeks away from that potentially happening. Now, what is the ecosystem going to look like? What is crypto overall going to look like? I'm recording this on inauguration day, so the crypto markets were a little crazy. Bitcoin hit I think 109 over the past 24 hours or past couple of days. Now it's back down to 101. So it's just wild times, right? But this is exactly what you'd expect. So either way, we know that the team is working to get out quite a bit over the next couple of months. Now, if you watch my 5 biggest takeaways, the real only major one is going to be survival mode. And I don't know how much of a DEC sync that is going to be, but if it does increase market transactions, whether that's renting or people buying extra cards off the marketplace, that could start to burn a little bit more DEC as well. And more importantly, if people are using credits to come in and buy things, then the team's going to run out even faster. And then, I think land 1.75 is set to come out in March, and that could be another major source of DEC utility, right? We're going to get a bunch of other liquidity pools, specifically 3 more, right, to go with the other natural resources. So there will be a need for DEC there. And maybe people are holding the DEC already, so the impact won't be felt because it's already been kind of pre-bought. But either way, if we can get to that stage, I think that it's going to be, I think this entire ecosystem could look very, very different in 5 to 8 weeks. And when I say 5 to 8 weeks, I'm talking about obviously, I should say 5 to 9 weeks. So between now and we'll say end of February to the end of March, right? So really the end of Q1. That whole period could look really interesting in terms of getting the ecosystem into a better place from a tokenomics health standpoint. And then if Conclave Arcana comes out, well, then we're just throwing gasoline on the fire. But it'll be interesting to watch and see how this all plays out. Very curious to know, for those of you out there, if you are still bringing credits regularly into the game or not, or just, coming in and buying DEC at the low price that it is. Either way, it doesn't really matter. If you buy credits, you're still paying for things at the USD value, right? So you're still getting a lot of value out of that. It would be the same thing if you were using DEC. But either way, excited to see what's to come. The fact that we're getting closer and closer to this date of when the company runs out is something that I will be watching, and I'll probably be talking about over the next couple of weeks, but just wanted to give you guys an update here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.